Mynews Holding Berhad is an established retail conglomerate in Malaysia, known for its flagship brand Mynews and other diverse businesses interests. It has a partnership with WH Smith Travel of the United Kingdom and collaboration with Gourmet Kenya and Ryoyupen Baking Corporation of Japan to create a ready-to-eat meals and bakery item for its convenience store. All production take place in a state-of-the-art facility at the Kota Damansara Food Processing Centre. Mynews is a convenience retail chain that founded in 1996 and has grown to become the largest domestic retail convenience store network in Malaysia with over 530 outlets and serving over 6 million customers monthly. The company is focusing on expanding the retail network, improvising its e-commerce capabilities and diversifying its product offering. Mynews is highly respected retail brand offering a wide range of the product and services and providing services that selected store to help customer with a prepaid mobile top-ups, bill payment, money remittance, automated teller machine, and more. Mynews has adapted to the shift in market and shopping behavior by positioning outlets in convenient locations such as shopping mall, offices, hospitals, and transportation hubs. The vision of Mynews Holding Berhad is to delight customer, and its mission is to be the most preferred choice convenience customer through offering a daily best value proposition, high quality choices, and customer-oriented service. Mynews Holding Berhad is a retail conglomerate in Malaysia known for its flagship brand Mynews and other diverse business interests. The company places a strong emphasis on being responsible corporate citizen and is dedicated to building an ethical and sustainable business by providing economic, social, and environmental contribution to benefit all of its stakeholders. Via integrity value, Mynews also prioritizes the well-being and development of its employee and the communities it serves by supporting community projects, promoting work-life balance, and promoting environmental sustainability through energy conservation, waste management, recycling, and reusing. Mynews Holding Berhad is committed to build the sustainable convenience retail business that offering a daily essential that are relevant to the needs and the lifestyle of its customer. The company also places a strong emphasis on sustainability, the green agenda, and the community engagement in its operation. It's committed to transparency, good governance, and creating long-term sustainability value for its shareholder. In general, the organizational structure of the company can vary depending on its size, industry, and goals. A typical organizational structure for a large company would include a board of directors, executive management team, and various departments such as finance, marketing, human resource, and operation. The board of directors is responsible to overseeing the overall direction and strategy of the company, while the chief executive officer retail is responsible for implementing those strategies and making day-to-day business decisions. The various departments are responsible to carrying out the specific function within the company such as marketing, human resource, and many more.
So now I will do the explanation on the Internal Factor Evaluation Metric, or short form for IFE. So IFE is a strategy tool used to evaluate firms' internal environment and to reveal its strengths and also its weaknesses. To have a better score for a company is to have a 2.5 and above. So that shows that the company is very good, fairly good in the business market. And given for example, the company have 3 and above is a very good and strong company. So for Mynews company, as per shown in the table below, they have a score of 3.3, showing that they are a strong company and reliable company, and in this very competitive market. Next, we go to EFE. EFE stands for External Factor Evaluation Metrics. So in this, EFE is different from IFE, which is a strategic analytic tools that being used to evaluate firms' external environment and reveal its strengths and also the weaknesses in terms of opportunities and threat. EFE indicates that whether the firm is able to effectively take advantages on the existing opportunities along the minimizing the external threat. Similarly, it will help the strategies to formulate new strategies for the company and introduce new policy on the basis on existing position on the company. So as per shown in this column, the company for Mynews having a score of 3.54, showing that it's a very good company. Next, we go to CPM, which is Competitive Profile Metrics. For this one is also a tool that being used by a company to provide a necessary information on of competitive advantages based on the critical success factors and serve as a basis of an organization strategy. For this matrix, we can use 4 elements, which is critical success factors, weight, rating, and score. As per shown in the column below, in this CPM, I'm using 3 different company, which is Mynews, 7-Eleven, and FamilyMart as a comparison between these 3 company. The reason why I'm using these 3 company is all the 3 company is a convenience store for convenience store that customer always go as a Malaysian. So as you can see, Mynews still is the best company among these 3 between the comparison, which have a point which is 3.55, and the second place will be 7-Eleven, which is 3.4, while lastly is the FamilyMart. This shows that Mynews is a very good company among these 3 company, and customer like to go to this convenience shop by daily basis.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shakir, and today I would like to present about the SWOT analysis of Mynews. So we talk about the Mynews strength. The first one is to become the second largest and biggest convenience physical store operator in Malaysia, which is we already known that Mynews is a famous convenience store in Malaysia. Number 2, to have a tangible and experienced management team. For example, Mynews promote work-life balance and provide training to their employees. And number 3 is flexible and independent domestic convenience store provider in Malaysia. As a fact, in June 2020, they have more than 530 stores in Peninsular Malaysia. So next, we go to Mynews weaknesses. The first one is Mynews is smaller compared to its competitor in Malaysia. In Malaysia, Mynews compete with 7-Eleven that have more than 2,400 stores in Malaysia. And number 2, Mynews depends only on its employees. That means they operate based on the number of employees, which is they got affected when they got no good employees, so they need to invest to the HR so that they can have the good employees. And number 3 is have a less efficient organization that needs to be improved. So this one is referred to little resource and capability of Mynews organization in market. So they have less efficient in organization that they need to be improved on that. So we move to the Mynews opportunity. So the first one is they licensing its brand to a third party to open retail outlet in Myanmar. So apart from this, it helped Mynews strengthen its brand internationally. And the second one is they have signed a franchise licensing that offer a faster growth opportunity. This one also lead to a highest profit from a convenience store in the country where they put the country such as Myanmar or other country. And the third one is a variety of product and high quality that Mynews offer to its customer. This one is they offer good food that meet the customers needed. Alright. So the last one is Mynews Streets. They have to compete with other international convenience stores operating in Malaysia. For example, they have to compete with 7E, who have a strong experience and more convenience store around Malaysia. The second one, potential slowdown in consumer spending. That means sales decline during the pandemic, and they are not offer variety foods in stores, and that makes the customers not attractive with this store. And the last one, Mynews has a shortage of manpower. That means employees are important, otherwise the store became unmanageable. And another example is one employee have a heavy workload, such as they have to do 2 tasks in a time. Okay, now we move to the SWOT strategies. As we know, SWOT stands for strategy, weakness, opportunity, and traits, as I mentioned before. So this one is strategies that Mynews apply in their system, right? So for the SO strategies, Mynews use the brand image to extend the presence in emerging economies in Myanmar and extend the franchise licensing, maintaining the flexible convenience store player in South Korea, for example. And we move to the weakness and opportunity strategies. They expanding the market of physical store to both on urban and rural. Also, Mynews encourage greater cross-border cooperation strategy. So for the strategies and traits, They focus on marketing and advertising to gain more customers and reduce competitive pressure, and also sustain the multitasking labor during the COVID-19, so that they got no so that they can get more profit on during the pandemic. And the last one is weakness and threat strategies. Mynews plan to release a range, a low-cost product to minimize the price challenge from the competitors, and they also joint venture with a good partner, which is Grab and Coca-Cola.
Strategic Alternative 1. First, open more branches in rural area. This is because in rural areas there is less competition compared to in urban area. Therefore, Mynews will probably be the first company to open branch in area. This situation may cause Mynews to have almost no competition, which is make Mynews profit easier. This is because the resident in rural area will focus on Mynews rather than having to go to the city to get their necessities. In addition, lower overhead expenses in rural areas when Mynews open their branches in rural areas. Mynews will most likely have lower overhead expenses. When Mynews has lower costs, that means they will make more profit. Therefore, they can allocate funds to improve their product and service better. Mynews can even use the funds they have for expansion purpose. Strategy Alternative 2. Second, produce a variety of new products. As Mynews companies produce more new products, they will come up with some method to target new markets, increase market share, sell more, and increase revenue stream. When Mynews create more new products, they will be able to increase their competitive advantage. To produce new product and model reversion, they will undoubtedly also to be more creative to beat competition in regional, national, and global markets. In addition, through increased functionality, customization, and interpersonal service, they can provide more creative good to consumer and better satisfy their needs. Next, read rapidly and create goods where there are few to no rivals. They will also certainly get their rival a step forward as they produce new goods. The introduction of this innovative product will also bring clients to the showcase. And strategy alternative 3. Finally, improve business efficiency. Efficiency is one of the factors that make business profitable. Mynews may be able to increase employee productivity efficiency. While the process takes quite a long time, especially for companies like Mynews, which has many employees, one of the key areas efficiency is the human workforce. They must take the time to examine human resource records and determine if they have a problem among their employee or otherwise. Each dilemma that areas must be well and perfectly solved. The strength of the internet also can be used by Mynews. For company owners, the internet has been a very wide-ranging platform because if we don't use it correctly, that we can miss a lot of content. In fact, social media has been the perfect way for organizations to establish partnership with their client. They will also reach out to clients and create close relationships that will keep customers returning to their company for years to come. Whether they are a local global sector, it can save a little money on marketing as well. In my conclusion, the best feasible strategy and summary is to identify the best strategy for Mynews. 3 strategies are considered and evaluated: product development and market development, which are open more branches in the rural area, produce a variety of new products, and improve business efficiency. After analyzing the impact of these 3 strategies of IFE and EFE, it can be observed that total sum or attractiveness of 3 score in open more branches in rural area, which is higher than produce a variety of new products and improve business efficiency. Therefore, it is the best to say that open more branches in rural area is the best strategy for Mynews. Thank you.
Strategic planning helps a company like Mynews to set clear and measurable goals for the future. It allows Mynews to identify its strengths and weaknesses as well as opportunities and threats in the market. By having a clear understanding of where the company stands and where it wants to go, Mynews can make informed decisions and allocate resources effectively to achieve its goals. Secondly, strategic planning helps Mynews to stay competitive in the market. By regularly reviewing and updating its strategies, Mynews can anticipate and adapt to changes in the market, such as new technologies or shifts in consumer preference. This allows Mynews to stay ahead of the curve and maintain a competitive advantage. Next, strategic planning also enables Mynews to identify and capitalize on new opportunities. By regularly reviewing its strategies and the market, Mynews can identify new opportunities for growth and expansion. By taking advantage of these opportunities, Mynews can increase its revenue and market share. Strategic planning also helps to align the efforts of all employees towards a common goal. By communicating Mynews goals and strategies to all employees, everyone is working towards the same objective, resulting in a cohesive, focused organization that can achieve its goal more efficiently. In conclusion, strategic planning is an essential tool for Mynews and any company that wants to achieve success in the long term. By setting clear goals, staying competitive, identifying new opportunities, and aligning the efforts of all employees, a company can achieve sustainable growth and success.